Hey everyone, thanks for coming to watch the show. With the announcement of Red Dead Redemption 2 a couple months ago, everyone that played the first one, including me, is really excited about the sequel. Even though we don't have a whole lot of information on it yet, Rockstar's track record and reputation is enough to get me really excited about the sequel. Anyone that played it knows that Red Dead Redemption was an amazing game, and there wasn't a whole lot they could have done to make it better, but I have a few ideas that could be really cool if they were included in the upcoming sequel. There will be some spoilers for Red Dead Redemption in this video, so if you haven't played that game all the way through, just be warned. But anyway, let's get right into it with my first idea. Let me just start with saying that Red Dead Redemption had a great story. We could all connect with John in some way, even though he was a very unique character. That being said, his death at the end of Red Dead Redemption was quite an emotional blow for anyone that had played the game and grown attached to him. The fact that the outcome could not be changed no matter how you played the game or what you did just made things worse. It's always a terrible feeling when you spend a lot of time with a character in a book, show, or game, and then they are killed. It's almost like losing a friend in real life. Even with the death of his killer Edgar Ross by John's son Jack later on in the game, his death was still incredibly sad, and nothing can change it, unfortunately. I think it would be really awesome to see multiple endings in Red Dead Redemption 2, because it worked very well in Grand Theft Auto 5. In that game, we could choose if we wanted specific characters to die at the end, or if we wanted those people to live. Although it's not confirmed, much like just about everything in Red Dead 2, it seems like we might be able to play as several characters, so this could be something that could happen. If so, I would be really happy because I don't want to have to go through seeing another character I love die. Red Dead had a great deal of side missions and activities to get into when you weren't going after the main story. You could play poker, track down bounties, and even do that weird game where you try not to stab your hand with a knife, which I really loved and was pretty good at. It would be awesome if Red Dead 2 included even more side activities for us to get into, though. I think it would be really cool to see tasks and missions that centered around the way of life that was common during the Old West. Even including more mini-games would be cool, such as shooting competitions, more card games, trick riding, and so on. You could help farmers herd their cattle, run supply missions for towns, or even perform security for a bar, where you get to throw out anyone who is making trouble. I'm obviously not a game dev, so my ideas might not be that great, but more side quests and mini-games in general would definitely be an awesome addition to the game. Rockstar set out to make it as engaging as the single-player campaign. Although you could unlock new outfits for John by doing various tasks in Red Dead Redemption, there wasn't anything you could really do to change his appearance or create outfits of your own, so you had your own style. One of my favorite parts about Grand Theft Auto 5 is the huge variety of customization, and I think that could transfer over to Red Dead 2 very well if done correctly. Obviously, they can't let us pick out the paint job for a sports car in a game set in the Old West, but they can let us go into a clothes or gun store and pick out items that suit us and make us feel more like the character is our own. They could also allow us to customize our guns with engravings and different metals or woods for the handles and stocks. This will probably be featured more prominently in Red Dead Online, if it's in the game at all, but even if it was in the story mode to a small degree, it would be a welcome part of the game. Let me just say, I'm not nitpicking and I love most of Rockstar's games, but this has been a problem for almost all of them, and I hope it gets addressed in Red Dead 2. Whenever you try and go up a steep hill or climb a building or mountain, the process usually just leads to you falling over clumsily and flailing as you die a grisly death. In Red Dead 2, I hope they allow the player to climb and move in a more natural way, where the player can dig into the ground with his feet or hands and climb up small hills and steep areas. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like Assassin's Creed parkour, but something better than previous games would be great. In addition to this, I also hope they let us swim this time around. While it's not a huge deal if you can't swim, it kind of makes for an immersion break when your character can take 20 shots to the chest and use a slow motion superpower to kill 12 enemies in 4 seconds, but also instantly dies when he touches any form of water that goes above his ankles. Though it might be impractical, dual-wielding pistols or sawn-off shotguns in an Old West game is a dream come true for any fan of Western movies. If you've ever watched any kind of Western film, there's almost always a scene where the hero or villain dual-wields a pair of pistols against a group of people. Having this in the game would add a good deal of variety to the gunplay and make us feel even more badass at the same time. It makes sense to have a gunslinging protagonist toting two guns at the same time, and it could really add a lot of excitement to the game. Rockstar has included the ability to dual-wield in games before, as we saw in GTA San Andreas, where you could dual-wield a variety of weapons, but that feature has not been in any game since, aside from Max Payne 3 that I know of. This would be a great time to bring it back for Red Dead 2, as it makes sense to have that in a Wild West game, and it would be a lot of fun. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone that saw it enjoyed. Hopefully Rockstar will put a few of these things in the game, and I know it's going to be great no matter what, so I'm really looking forward to it, and if you are, let me know down in the comments. If you liked this video, please share it around with your friends so they can also see, and also subscribe for videos every week on all different kinds of topics. I put out a lot of variety in my videos, so if you like this, go back and check out my other videos. You might find something else that you like in there. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.